Today I want to discuss you guys about the electron transport chain, which is very in detailed topic. So today in this video we will just discuss about the components of the electron transport chain and you can say that passage through the cycle. I will tell you that how the electrons are basically flow. So this is the part 1 of the electron transport chain. So this electron transport chain basically occur in the mitochondria of the living cells. Mitochondria of the living cells through the photosynthesis and the cellular respiration to mitochondria in living cells. Okay, so this is basically a part of the, you can say that this is basically a part of the aerobic respiration. Okay, so in the previous video we have discussed about the Krebs cycle too, but this is the last part of the aerobic respiration. So after the, you can see the Krebs cycle, the glucose was in the form of the NADH and FADH. As you guys all know, there were the, you can say that 2 FADH was produced and 6 NADP was produced. So here we are having that this basically this both will be component will be occur in the electron transport chain, and in the chain they will basically get reduced and they will give the electrons, and this will be finally, you can say that, accepted by the oxygen. Let's see how, but before that let me tell you guys about the components. So this basically contain in the inner membrane of the mitochondria. This is for example the mitochondria, and this is the matrix, this is the fluid matrix, and here the NADH is there. Okay, and this is basically the inner membrane, which is having, as you guys all know, the Krebs cycle enzyme. One enzyme was in the you can say the inner membrane, that was succinate dehydrogenase, that you guys are already known. And this is the intermembrane space, membrane space. So this basically occur in the, you can say, the inner membrane space, so which is this. Okay, so as you guys all know that through the glucose the pyruvic acid was formed by the glycolysis, and there the 2 ATP and 2 NADPH was formed, and that 2 NADPH was used in the acetyl coenzyme A, that was link reaction. And after that from that the 6 NADH and 2 FADH was made. This I'm talking about 2 FADH, not this, yeah, but the, yeah, 2 FADH and the 6 NADH from the Krebs cycle. Okay, so totally we were having the 4 ATP was formed and 32 ATP are basically required, that will be generated by the electron transport chain. So electron transport chain is basically most function is to you can see the form the ATP, which is the adenosine triphosphate. This is the energy, this is the currency energy molecule. So link reaction is basically considered with the Krebs cycle, as you guys all know. But now if we talk about the electron transport, this was just about the overview that we have discussed in the previous videos. So the 32 more ATP is required, that will be generated by the electron transport chain. So if we talk about the component of the electron transport chain, so we are having one component, that is NADH dehydrogenase complex 1, and second we are having, that is FADH dehydrogenase complex 2, and third we are having, that is coenzyme Q. These are the components that will use in the passage of the flow of the electron. Fourth we are having, that is cytochrome reductase complex number 3, and fifth we are having, that is cytochrome C, and sixth we are having, that is a cytochrome oxidase complex number 4. So if we talk about the third and fifth, that is coenzyme Q and the cytochrome C, these are basically the electron carrier. These both are the, except this 4, the 3 and 5th are the basically the electron carrier. Okay, and these all complex are basically what? These are the complex. These 4 complex are basically the protein. These are the proteins. Through cycle you will easily understand. So let me make here the half oxygen is present. Okay, so this is basically the complex 1. This is the coenzyme Q. This is the FADH. This is the FADH dehydrogenase complex. FADH dehydrogenase complex. Okay, and this is basically the, you can say, the cytochrome reductase, which is third one complex. This is third one complex, and this is basically the cytochrome oxidase, which is the fourth one complex. So as you guys all know, this FADH and NADH are basically used in the electron transport chain, which is coming from the Krebs cycle, or these are formed by the Krebs cycle. So here we are having the hydrogen concentration. This is basically occurring in the mitochondria. Okay, here the hydrogen concentration is more. Now we were having the NADH and the FADH. So if we talk about the NADH will basically lose the 2 electron. These 2 electron will move toward the complex 1. This is basically the crystal. Okay, so this is basically gaining the electron, which means this is reduction occur, and this is basically lost the electron, which means the NADH basically oxidized. Now 2 electrons are in the complex 1. After that, these 2 electron will move toward the coenzyme Q, and then this 2 electron will further move into the, you can say that, the direct in the complex 3. It will not move in the 2 electron. 2 electron will not move in the this one FADH reductase complex, which is the second one complex. It will not move into the this one. It will directly jump into this one. There is a reason behind that I'll be telling you. Okay, so this 2 electron will move toward the, you can say, that cytochrome C. I haven't made cytochrome C, sorry. This is the cytochrome C. Cytochrome C. Okay, after this will, here the 2 electron will not move, that I'll be telling you the reason. So these 2 electron will move into the final, the fourth complex 2 electron here, and after that this 2 electron will basically join with this half oxygen and this oxygen will take 2 hydrogen from this and make a 1 water molecule. Okay, so now the NADH has basically lost the electron. Now the FADH will lose the electron. FADH will lose the, you can say that, electron. 2 electron will lose by the FADH, and this FADH will be, these 2 electron will move toward the complex 2 electron, and after that this 2 electron will move toward the coenzyme Q, and then this will move into the, you can say, the cytochrome reductase 2 electron, and after that cytochrome reductase, it will move into the, you can see that here, you can see that here the electron of the NADH were not moved, just because the electron of the FADH will move from here and it will move toward the cytochrome C2. It is moving to the here, to this to this. Now it is coming in the 2 electron here. Now it will pass to the 2 electron here. From this, here the one more half oxygen is present. So these 2 electron will join with this, and half oxygen, and two hydrogen will gain by this one oxygen, and it will also make one molecule of the H2O. So which means the two molecule of H2O is basically formed by the passage of electron flow. So these were the components of the electron and the passage flow of the electron, the like how these two molecules basically formed and how the components are basically working. So this was the part 1 of the electron transport chain. Now the 32 ATP is basically required now. Further that will be done by the electron transport chain. So one more thing I want to tell you guys is that basically that I'll be telling you in the next video. So how the 36 all the ATP will be like, we can say that 4 are basically, we are having 4 ATP, now 32 is required. So that I'll be discussing you in the next video. So this is the part 1 of the electron transport chain, in which we have discussed about the introduction, component, and this is the passage flow of the electrons.